recently met Jim McElvey, co-founder of Square. We just closed a round, and he's a GP, and he's just written this book, Innovator Stack, and he's really does a great job of talking about the genesis of Square. And they didn't know it at the time, but he's kind of dubbed this process as the Innovator Stack. It's problem, solution, problem, solution, problem. It's not like once you solve one problem and you have the solution that nothing else is going to follow. And so I think there's some folks that are going to be really frustrated once they solve the first problem and realize there's five more. You got the solution in place, and then all it does is really unveil five more problems, but that's the stack, right? So if you can go and continue to build out to where effectively you're building a platform and or ecosystem. He references that story as compared to, Amazon basically copied, the Square and, could have crushed them, on every level with financial power, exposure to, but they didn't have the stack, right? They were just going for the one slice of how, someone interacts to do a credit card transaction from a small business perspective. It's stuff like that I find so interesting that I don't really spend time thinking about. But, if you ask the question, it's fun to kind of, what does that really mean? And what characteristics drive that process? I've just been doing things project oriented, building things since I was as young as I can remember, right? I wouldn't have self-described myself like that outside of, I wanted to be an architect when I was in sixth grade, and somehow, I veered away from that at some point. But my wife still tells me that she thinks that I will go back to doing that at some point. So